This video is for Kenneth Okonkwo. When you listen to Kenneth Okonkwo, you'll be tempted to take him serious. But an in-depth look, you'll discover that Kenneth is as wild as his mouth, but shallow in depth as his foot. Kenneth is nothing but a man controlled by his stomach. He's the same with an average Nigerian politician, controlled by their stomach. Kenneth is a hungry man who wants to get to stardom, and he has to find a way to do it. Kenneth came to limelight through living in bondage. No sooner than that, he woke up one morning and said he was born again, and then he went into a church controlled by a powerful preacher from the east. No sooner than he arrived at church, he declared himself a man with a call. So I'm talking about Kenneth, who told the world he had a call of the Lord, and then became Pastor Kenneth or Reverend Kenneth. Shortly after that, he tried getting to stardom through marriage alliance. He married the only daughter of his general overseer, hoping that the old man will hand over the church to him and the money that goes with it. The old man saw through Kenneth. He knew Kenneth had no calling. He knew what Kenneth was doing on the pulpit was nothing but Nollywood on steroid. He knew Kenneth had no spirit of God in him. He was a charlatan, a man who was controlled by his stomach, a man who came from indirectly to try to take what he did not work for. So when Kenneth realized he wasn't going to achieve that ambition of taking over the church, he went out of that marriage. Yeah, there was a divorce, and he returned back to Nollywood. But he's still a man on mission. What did he do? 1 or 2 movies after that, he went into politics. Now, by this time, supporting and canvassing for vote for Buhari. As bad as Buhari was in his first term, Kenneth shamelessly canvassed for vote for Buhari. Today, he will present it as a patriotic move. But there was nothing patriotic about Kenneth's move and support for Buhari. He wanted to achieve 2 things with Buhari. Kenneth had a vague mentality thinking that he could become governor of Enugu state. So he went home. He had no money. So he went home thinking that by holding 1 or 2, 3 town meetings supporting Buhari, that Buhari was going to hand over the ticket of Enugu state to him. When that failed, he also thought probably Buhari would have given him a national platform to showcase his talent at lying as a political spin doctor. That was his ambition, but Buhari didn't notice him. While Kenneth was all over the East trying to campaign for Buhari's second term, Buhari was killing his people all over the East. The Eastern youth Kenneth told you he loved. Yeah, Buhari was killing them, murdering them in every street, from Owerri to Ababa to Enugu to Abakaliki. These youths were killed by Buhari. And what did Kenneth say? Nothing. Buhari's Fulani men invaded Enugu and killed Kenneth's people. Did you hear anything Kenneth say about it? He said absolutely nothing. Buhari sent Operation Python dance to Nnamdi Kanu's house, which led to the death of Nnamdi Kanu's parents. What did Kenneth Okonkwo say? Absolutely nothing. But he's a lover of Igbo people, right? When Tinubu and his people destroy shops and buildings in Lagos, for which he is today accusing Obi, tell me what Kenneth said. Kenneth said nothing. Why all this were happening? Kenneth was busy defending Buhari, trying to convince Igbos to still give their vote to Buhari. Now, Kenneth said he loved Nigerian youths, that he stands wherever the youth are standing. Now, there was a Lekki toll blockade by the Nigerian youth. Remember that, right? Was Kenneth there? That is the question. Did Kenneth support that move? The answer is no. Did he make any statement when people got murdered there? Absolutely nothing. He said nothing. Absolutely nothing. Pim, he did not say. He just only wanted a selfish move for himself, a platform for himself. That's all he wanted, right? But there are Igbo Nollywood stars like himself that have consistently said things about Igbo youth. Whenever Igbos are affected, you see them say something. Give me Kanayo Kanayo. Nine ritual and chief priest. Give me Kanayo Kanayo. Kanayo Kanayo will always say something whenever the Igbos are affected. Yeah. What about Kenneth? Absolutely nothing. He says nothing, absolutely. He's not concerned, he's not involved. Bring it to 2023. 2023, Kenneth saw a loophole in a shining candidate in the person of Obi, a sellable candidate, what the people actually wanted. So he launched, it was a launch pad for Kenneth. He jumped on it. He imposed himself on Obi. Obi did not ask Kenneth to defend him. Obi did not ask Kenneth to sell him. Obi is already sold. But Kenneth wanted a platform to showcase his ability to lie and his ability as a spin doctor. So Kenneth can unsay the things he has said in the past. He can re-say it again. He can change it tomorrow. He's just like a rainbow. He's a chameleon with several colors. What he said in the morning could change in the evening. It could change in the afternoon. It could change tomorrow, depending on where his stomach faces and who is involved and who is paying him at that time. Kenneth's problem with Obi is nothing but hunger. That's all. Well, his new Alhaji Nachurefi, we all know that Atiku Abubakar is a kind man and he has deep pocket, you know. So one or two things here and there, in a little bit of cushioning of Kenneth's hunger. Kenneth, that's what your problem is. You are hungry. You have no money. You have a big ambition, but you don't have no money to advance it. For your information, Kenneth, I am running through Obi. There are millions like me running through Obi. Obi is our platform. Obi is our political party. When you become people's political party, you don't go through primaries. So Obi don't have to go through primaries. Obi was asked by people like us to leave your useless ADC. And he has to leave. Obi doesn't have to subject himself to becoming Atiku Abubakar's vice. Because if he had done that, he would have lost people like me and many others supporting him. So he did actually what his support base wanted. We are all running through Obi. Obi has become our political party. Get it into your head. We don't belong to any party. If his new party, the NDC, try to mess him up again, we will ask him to leave. He will leave. We will follow him. Get used to it. We have moved on. You can also move on. Kenneth, you are not too old to run for president. Obi is not terribly older than you. How about you take a form and go and run? I know you can't win a councillorship in your Enugu state. That's obvious fact. So stop running. Stop running your mouth. Stop thinking you can damage the man. You can't damage the man. His followers like us know who he is. Obi build a brand by being honest and doing it the legal way. It is not your schoolyard politics where you send people to the streets and do Oshebe. What do you want Obi to do after he lost the election? Maybe send people children, you know, in harm's way in the name of demonstration, doing Oshebe, then you would have been happy. Your shame just they shame me anyhow anyway. Because I just realized you are not what I think you are, as a matter of fact. So get some rest, bro. Take a chill pill. You want to go? You can go and run the election yourself. You want to go? Yeah. Get into the race yourself. If you are so pissed, get pissed and get into the race. Leave Obi alone. Obi is a man that millions are running through him. He is today our own political party, so he's an institution. You can't damage such a man. Have no this and no peace. Kenneth, go and run. You are not too big to run. Go and run. Let's see how you run.